Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in this world. Thank you for clicking this video. I really do appreciate it. Today's topic is going to be about toxic leadership versus good leadership in the Army. And you will definitely experience this firsthand yourself at some point in your career in the Army or any military service branch in that regard. But for me, it was very early on, and not necessarily because of my doing, but also just it was just fate. So in basic training, I really had in my personal opinion, great leadership. I think I'm going to remember my drill sergeant and my senior drill sergeant, my first sergeant and commander for the rest of my life, even though we didn't really share a connection. I was just a trainee and they were just building me up, putting me through the soldierization process, but it was something really special that I could really compare to once I got to AIT. AIT was a little bit different. I felt as if I've had really toxic leadership, and and I just like to compare the two from each other. The first one in basic training, man, maybe it was because I was just a civilian, going through the soldierization process, that I just kind of, just like a sponge, I just took everything as it was and I didn't question anything and whatever. But they really led by example. We all know that phrase, leading by example, but they really led by example because you start building a rapport and relationship with these people appointed over you, especially the drill sergeants, and not just my drill sergeants, but all the drill sergeants in all 4 platoons that were there at Fort Leavenworth, Missouri. Shout out to everybody who went to Fort Leavenworth, Missouri. Hoorah! And man, you're a real one if you made it through basic training through there. Because the weather, oh man, I went there during winter time, so right about January to April, so it's super cold. Weather is crazy. The stories you hear are definitely true. It's almost this happened a couple times. It's sunny outside and it's snowing and raining, and we even had hail at some point, and thunderstorm, all that shenanigans. But but back to the topic. What I mean by they led by example, they really got down to our level and showed us what they expect from us. They weren't in any position, or they weren't in a high horse to that extent, if that makes sense. They really try to show us that they were there to build us up and that they were going to lead by example. This moment really stuck to me, and I'm never going to forget it. My senior drill sergeant, I don't know if I can say his name, I won't, but we'll just say Senior Drill Sergeant N. He was a prior Marine who switched over to the Army, who joined the Rangers. He was an airborne ranger, and he was 17 years in the service. And from the stories we've heard, he's been everywhere, especially like Iraq, Afghanistan, all those deployments. He was the real deal, but he really put an imprint in my mind because during the event of Nick and Knight, he went through the same event as us. Normally, from what I understand, the drill sergeants don't do it. But there was a select few, like the real deal people that I really look up to, that they actually did the whole event with us. They crawled, they went through under the barbed wire, and to make matters worse, it was pouring rain that day, so it was like puddles everywhere, mud, and they went through all of that, and that was really admirable in my opinion. But that was great leadership. But not only that, they were great leadership because they really helped us with all our pay issues. A lot of people, from what I hear from my buddies, they tell me that the drill sergeants in basic don't really take the time to help you with your pay issues, because a lot of people, when they first join the military, they have all their pay issues are messed up. Some married folks are not getting the right BAH, the right base pay, and all these allotments and benefits they're supposed to get. But they really took the time to not only set up our LES account, all these things, but they did what an NCO was supposed to do, or what they're supposed to do. They really took care of us, and I'm very grateful for that. I saw firsthand, I think I'm lucky, firsthand of good leadership. Now, onto the bad leadership. When I got to AIT, there was a lot of favoritism and quite the opposite of basic. They didn't really take care of you. They did, but you had to constantly bring it up, make sure they're tracking. I was like, what the hell? How can you do this? Like, I'm coming to you because you're my supervisor, and I'm looking to you for guidance and advice in regards to this issues that I'm having, like pay, and also like me trying to put certain packets together, like airborne, hometown recruiting, etc. I understand some of them were not possible at the time because the whole corona thing, but others, they were quite possible. But I don't want to put any negative connotation to it, but it's just I experienced bad leadership and good leadership, and you will definitely see that in the military at one point in your career. If I could give my thoughts on it, it would be better to experience it firsthand in the beginning. If it were to me, I'd hope that you can always have good leadership, but you gotta be realistic, right? And one thing that an instructor here in IT really left another imprint in my mind, a good imprint, just like my senior drill sergeant basic was, you're gonna, basically what I'm making this video about, you're gonna see bad leadership, but don't let it phase you. Do what you gotta do, and just be the NCO, the future NCO, and the future leader that you wanna be on for your soldiers. Because the thing is, it goes like this, it's a cycle. Soldiers come in, bad leadership, are in charge of them, and then those same trainees and soldiers, once they become soldiers, they continue the cycle. It's either they continue it or they end it and do the opposite and do the right thing and become better than those NCOs that were going over them. But oftentimes, I hate to say it, just people, it goes in a cycle. So yeah, I just want to talk about my experiences with good leadership, bad leadership, toxic leadership, inspirational leadership, whatever you want to call it. But there are always both sides, and it's up to you to dictate how you're going to perceive that. And if I were you, I would just do the best that I can do. Don't let it phase you. Always stand your ground. Don't let them devalue you. Know your worth, and do your best. And also follow regulations and all that stuff. But yeah, just do your best and just hunt the good stuff. I don't know if they taught you that in basic, but just hunt the good stuff, and yeah, go for it. I just wanted to share my experience in regards to leadership, and I am PCSing to Alaska. I hope to God that I have good leadership there and good, people appointed over me, so that I can just excel in my job field, in my MOS field. I'm a 92 Alpha, and this job, it's great. I see potential in it. You could pretty well grow a business. I know a lot of people say you can work in any warehouse once you get out, but I don't want to work for somebody. I want to have my own thing, my own business. And I see that now. I am pursuing my degree on something that I'll talk about in another video, but this MOS is a great job. Don't listen to what other people say. Anywho, I just wanted to end it here. Thank you for watching this video. Please make sure to comment. I will take the time to comment and reply, and consider subscribing. Push that bell notification, and see you next time.